like to go to our next awardee, Kamlu Gulrajani. She is a retired information technology specialist who worked as a bank officer in India before immigrating to the United States in the early 1980s. During her career and continuing to the present, Kamlu has been involved in initiatives and organizations focusing on community service, health and awareness, and cultural awareness and heritage in central New Jersey. She serves as an officer at Agraj Seva Kendra, an Indian cultural organization in Middlesex County. Over the course of her life, Kamlu has learned the compassionate way of treating human beings is much more important. Let's welcome up Ms. Kamlu Gulrajani with a warm round of applause.
And let me read this inscription. HerStory Award for Kamlu Gulrajani for your courage and compassion in overcoming unimaginable challenges to be a light to others. Thank you.
Respected Katerina Connery, Vice President of Women's Federation for World Peace USA. I have Christine Rapara, the Chairwoman for the Women's Federation for World Peace, Elizabeth, New Jersey. I'm sorry. And I want to say special thanks to the pianist. He did a wonderful musical performance, so I don't want to forget that. And dear brothers and sisters, I am so happy to come here and share my story within my story. My story starts with this. I didn't introduce myself, I'm sorry. This is a being within this model. This is a baby boomer model, which is called Kamlu. And Kamlu stands in the Indian language for the lotus flower, Kamla. And you have it as water lily. Now that grows on a stem, which is connected to branches underwater. So the fragrant flowers and their petals, they remain dry all the time. And that is how I am too. I do not allow outside influences to touch me and pull me down. So I will share with you all the challenges that I faced and how I overcame them. The first time I saw my father was I was 12 years old because my parents were separated when I was about 1 year old. I met him in the judge's chambers, private chambers, because at that time he wanted to get custody of his children. So he explained to the judge that I will provide a good education to my children because their mother is uneducated. The judge turned to my brother Ramesh, who was about 15 years old at that time, to ask, what is your response? And my brother said that our mother Devi, she is doing a wonderful job and we will continue to stay with her. We don't want to leave her. We are being very well educated. I told my mother what happened in the judge's chambers and what my father said. And my mother said that we have to take it as an open challenge to prove him wrong. And after that, we started our education more with more energy. And I want to show you a few incidents that how we managed to overcome all the obstacles that came in our way. I was at a job in New Jersey, worked there for 6 years, and that company went bankrupt. So I had to go and update my skills, and I joined the Sit-Tone Institute in Edison, New Jersey for a certificate program in AS400 programming. At that time, my instructor, Mr. Paul Gerling, he gave us an assignment and he said that I want it completed before Christmas. I went up to my instructor and I said, "Sir, are you serious? It is just 1 week before Christmas. My friends asked me to go for party and go dancing, and you want this assignment completed before Christmas?" He said, "Kim, what do you want? After you graduate from here and you get a degree and you get a job, what do you want?" I said, "I don't want to live in an apartment anymore. I want to live in a single detached bungalow." He says, "Then hold that thought, keep that picture in your mind and use it as a motivation tool. I need that assignment before Christmas. Do you understand?" I said, "Yes, sir. I want you to know that determination is the key to success." My dream home came true in the year 2000. And then I continued to update my skills because they have a system here, School of Continuing Education. So I continue while I'm working different jobs, I continue to work. My last position was as a business systems analyst, and I got laid off on account of the Wall Street crash, stock market crash in November 2008. Back I went to school and I studied for project management professional exam, and I passed it at the first attempt. But by that time it was already 2 years that I was unemployed and I couldn't get back into the workforce. Because in the computer field, you have to be updating your skills all the time. But I was not discouraged. I did not lose hope. I took early social security, and then I took a tutor training course for basic English through the Middlesex County. And then I started teaching English to the immigrants for their day-to-day conversation. Then I also had a certificate from Satya Sai Baba organization to teach human values to children through their Bal Vikas program. The basic focus was to teach the 5 principles in life, which is Satya, Dharma, Shanti, Prema, Ahimsa, which means truth, righteousness, love, peace, and non-violence. I explained to the children the importance of having harmony between thought, word, and deed. And the acronym for family is family, father and mother, I love you. My challenges did not stop because they kept coming. It's just like that stock market cycle. It goes up and down. Anytime your life cycle cannot be straight line. So you have to accept it. This is what it is. One day I got called to go back home to the apartment where I shared with my mom because the kitchen had got fire. Luckily, my mother was safe, but she was in shock. And then I luckily found a place, an affordable place run by the Catholic Charities, where they have a resident manager. And they have a system that in each apartment, they have a cord that if you pull, then a light lights up in the manager's office against that apartment number, so they can go and check if anybody needs help. There was a recreation room, they had tea, coffee. My mother could socialize with her own age group, and they celebrated holidays, and she was leading a balanced life. Balanced because physically, mentally, socially, spiritually, she was safe and comfortable. This turned out to be a blessing in disguise for me because now I could focus on myself more. So we have to understand that there is a silver lining behind each cloud. So never lose hope. Keep plodding on because there is a spirit that is watching all over you. So don't think that you are alone. Now, due to macular degeneration, I am dependent upon Access Link and MCAT service to transport me for medical appointments. And I am also thankful to God that we have a East Brunswick Township that provides transport through the Department of Aging for a weekly grocery shopping door to door. So I now understand that we cannot judge other people by their behavior because it is not under our control and they are just playing a role. Shakespeare had correctly said that this world is the stage and all the men and women over here are merely players. So you have to try to soothe your soul, give nourishment to your soul, go inwards and try to find out what is the quality of my thoughts. Can I make it a positive change? Can I think positive? You can think that happiness is my birthright, peace is my nature, I am a peaceful soul. These are the type of thoughts we should be encouraging and entertaining and being grateful to God for every day. We have to remember one thing. Everybody has challenges in life. Life is not fair and easy for anybody. What is right is known to you and your conscience. No matter how much unfairness we got, how many times we were disgraced, how many times we were discouraged, it is important to know how we responded and we did not react. Life's unfairness does not give you a license to walk the wrong path. Always remember that life may be tough at a few times, but destiny is not created by the shoes we wear, but by the steps we take. Thank you so much for listening patiently to my story within my story.